Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Jihadi Joe, and before this video gets started, I just want to say, if you guys are new here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do. This is my first Destiny video on the channel, so for those of you that are watching, from the YouTube algorithm that, never seen my channel before, I just want to say welcome. Today's video is actually going to be about a build video, specifically with Lorelei. I really said specifically with Lorelei, I'm dead. But, yeah, so if you guys are new here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and for those of you who have been watching, I know this is my first Destiny video on the channel, and if you guys don't really play Destiny, or you guys might not know what I'm talking about as much, so I'll try to explain it as best I can. But for the people who are watching through, the YouTube algorithm, or just looking at a pretty decent Solar 3.0 build, I'm going to be basically talking about the aspects in this video with fragments, because I've noticed in a lot of YouTube videos I'm watching, the aspects and fragments sometimes seem to be counteracting each other, especially with Sol Invictus and, where is it? Let's see, Ember of Empyrean right here. I'm gonna be talking about it. We'll be going in game here eventually, or I'll just show a couple clips from what I'm talking about. But to get started, let's see. What do I want to do? Because I'm doing this live, so I want to see what I want to talk about first. I want to basically, or you know what? Let's do this first. So consecration, right? Everybody knows it. Everybody's seen it already, whether it's in PvE or if you've used it in PvE. Thing slaps. Super fun to use. Honestly, it's really cool. I've been enjoying it. I've even killed people off their well in trials with it. I don't know if I have a clip, but if I do, I'll roll it on the screen. But recently, I've been really questioning about using consecration. I'm gonna throw a couple clips up here on the screen. This happened to me yesterday and also today with consecration. Now, I don't even know what's going on here, but basically, it's going to the point where I'm slamming down and it basically kills me. Now, at first, my friends, I gave them the benefit of the doubt because I was doing this on higher tier content, especially with Cabal. They explode, yada yada. I get that, but if I'm doing a containment and I just slam down on like 3 legendary and I'm literally dying on my own thing, that really, doesn't make any sense to me. So what I will say in this video is I don't know if consecration's bugged or not. If someone can let me know in the comments down below, please, because I honestly want to know. I'm still going to include this in aspects for part of my build because I am going to be including 3. But honestly, what I am going to say for now is you might want to stay away from it. And honestly, I think maybe you should in higher tier content. But at the same time, this thing has saved my ass a couple of different times. So like I said, we're gonna go over a couple builds here, maybe a couple fragments. You guys do what you wish with that, all right? But I kind of want to get in basically what I think is the problem with everyone trying to build with Lorelei. As we already know, when you are critically wounded with a full class ability energy, which is basically your barricade for those people who don't really play Destiny, as a tie-in, you're kind of your tank class, for example. You could just think of it like that. Putting down your barricade basically blocks enemy shots, things like that, eventually gets destroyed. When you're wounded with a full class ability energy, or when you cast a barricade, create a sunspot at your location that has improved restoration effects. So the difference between this right here and classy restoration, actually, for those of you that don't already know, which you probably should, that's why you're clicking on this video, but for those you don't, basically this gives you ×1 restoration, this gives you ×2. Now, with ×2 restoration, that's basically, where you could go ape shit crazy and run around the fucking whatever 1590 mode you're doing and not get melted. Because the thing with restoration ×1 is that you will still get melted, which does suck. Alright, in a way. Like, obviously it's good, but, for tying with Lorelei, we don't want that. We want restoration ×2, which is proccing from this. Now, the problem that I'm also seeing, and I've also tried a couple builds on, on some YouTube videos, because I've been try to look into it. And I don't mean to really shit on anyone, man, but Sol Invictus right here, I will say it is good, but I feel like it is good for higher tier content. And I can show you guys what I mean here in a minute. But basically, the thing with Sol Invictus is when I'm popping my barricade, that is giving me ×2 restoration. Now, if you're using other things like Solus right here, radiant restoration effects apply to you have increased duration. Now keep in mind, this is my PvP build, even though we're talking about PvE. So I'll go with you guys in game in a minute to show you what I mean. But basically, with Sol Invictus, Solar ability final blows, Hammer of Soul impacts, and defeating scorched targets create sunspots. Your abilities regenerate faster, super drain slowly while standing in the sunspot. Sunspot applies scorch and deals damage to targets inside. entering a sunspot and applies the restoration. Okay? The thing with Sol Invictus with Lorelei, and the reason why I'm honestly against it, is sometimes, mainly in, you know, your normal tier of content, is the fact that when you throw, like, let's say you throw a hammer at an enemy and you stay in that sunspot, it is going to give you restoration ×1, which obviously, you know, isn't bad, but at the same time, we want restoration ×2, and we want to keep that going, right? Now, I will say, when you do pop your barricade, which does give you restoration ×2, any sunspot that you hop into after that will refresh the timer of Sol Invictus. The problem with that, and I'll play it on screen right now as I'm speaking, the problem with that is that timer, let's say if I pair this with Ember of Empyrean, right? Because this is what I'm going to be advising for anyone in PvE to use. Some people advise against it. I honestly think it's worth it. Solar, weapon, or ability final blows extend the duration of your restoration and radiant effects apply to you. What that means is, for example, I'm using a Callus mini tool with enhanced incandescent, right? What that could do for me, basically, is if I pop my barricade, I'm gonna have restoration for about 6 to 8 seconds, depending on if you're using Soulless or not. What that means is if I get a normal kill, it doesn't have to be an incandescent kill or anything crazy, that timer will keep refreshing and going up. The max cap at that is 12 seconds, alright? The problem is when you step into a Sol Invictus, that timer goes down to 5. Or to between 5 and 7, depending on, you know, if you have Soulless on or not. And like I said, I should be showing you guys gameplay of this up on the screen right now. I am, you know, kind of just doing a live recording in one take because I don't really give a shit. I'll probably explain it better though, instead of, you know, keep on cutting and this and that and doing a voiceover. The thing with Sol Invictus, and the reason why I feel like it doesn't really work well with Ember of Empyrean is, like I said, you know, with Ember of Empyrean, you keep on getting those solar kills. Great, I'm Radiant. The Radiant, I believe, lasts for 15 seconds, and the restoration ×2, the cap for the timer is at 12 seconds. That means, you know, I can run around, do my shit, do crazy damage with my weapons, whatever, but the moment I step into a barricade, and let's say if I throw my hammer at someone, that timer is going to go down to 5 seconds, which is going to have to rush me to get a kill. Now, if you're stacking this, obviously, you know, you have a lot of enemies around you, great, but my problem with Sol Invictus is I feel like that and Empyrean just don't really go hand in hand. Now, you could say, oh, Jihadi, just don't use Empyrean. Yeah, I mean, I would say that, but at the same time, you know, if you want to not recycle your barricades and just keep on doing the same boring shit, I mean, I feel like that's why you would use Empyrean, because at least with me, you know, I've seen a couple builds already, some that use Consecration with Roaring Flames, and honestly, it's great and all, you know, throwing your hammer, doing this crazy amount of damage, but I'm just getting real sick and tired of picking it up. Now, you could just say, oh, well, don't do that. But at the same time, like, how are you gonna keep on, you know, what's the word? Man, what word am I trying to think? How are you gonna keep on, fuck, I'm having a fucking brain fart, that's funny. How are you gonna keep on cycling? There we go, goddamn, I can't think of the word. How are you gonna keep on cycling your barricade, especially if you're using Towering Barricade? Now, I know some people use Rally, honestly, I've used both, man. This is literally like only 2 more seconds on average for me. Like, I know I'm obviously estimating that, and Rally Barricade is faster to proc, you know, the barricade, but I think for me, man, I really did get bored of, you know, the throwing hammer build with Consecration and Roaring Flames, which I do think is a better pair, but I feel like that's probably better maybe for, you know, your normal tier of content, or like, let's say you're doing containment. The thing with Consecration and higher levels, right? Especially like, let's say if you're doing a Grandmaster and there's Cabal enemies, most likely when you slam down, and I already showed the clip of this earlier, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. Maybe I'm using it wrong. I don't know if I've already put this up, but I'll probably put it up right now. There's been a, this was today, from Trials earlier today. I literally slammed down on one person, right? You know, scorched them and everything because, you know, this has your 2 parts. First part, you slam up in the air, scorch them, slam down, you spread that scorch, wave of fire goes through. If it hits them, they ignite, right? The problem with that is killing me to the point where if it's like one person, like I'm getting, you know, ignited, and I know like your ignitions could kill you, but I don't, you know, especially with Lorelei, like I don't feel like that should be the case, and that's really been bothering me. So that's why I feel like I'm kind of wanting to move away from Consecration here. Now, as for your fragments, honestly, you could, I am still doing a melee cycle. I'm just not using my hammer as much. That's why I want to use Empyrean. Right here, I'm basically using my PvE build for now. So Let's see, this is what I would probably put right here. So we're gonna do Empyrean, we're gonna do what is this, Singeing, and then I believe that is Torches, right? Let's see, where is it? Sorry, I'm looking at dim through my other monitor. So it would be that, and then the last one, yes, right here, Torches. Okay, so this would probably be my PvE build for, you know, your normal containment. So I'm basically gonna give you guys 3 different builds. One for PvP, which is the one you guys already saw in this video. I'll put screenshots of everything at the end and label them just in case if you guys want to. I don't want to make this video too long because I know I've been doing a pretty long commentary. I just want to kind of explain things really quick. So for your PvE, like your normal containment content, you could swap Consecration for Roaring Flames if you are having the same problems with me. But Sol Invictus at the same time, I don't even know if I want to put this on because, you know, I don't want to accidentally step into a sunspot and have my restoration times 2 go from 12 seconds to 5 seconds. But fragments wise, I'm pretty much using the same thing, basically just swapping out Empyrean for something else in PvP. But in my opinion, Empyrean is the best. Now, we all know, we've heard this, you know, it's good. I don't care what anyone tells me. If you're Italian and you're running Lorelei, I honestly would go for this, just because if you're getting a normal kill with your, you know, any solar weapon or whatever, or your abilities, that timer is going to keep on refreshing and cycling, this and that, right? So that honestly is what I would keep. Singeing, your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This would pair well with Incandescent if you have a Callus mini tool or anything with enhanced Incandescent, or just Incandescent in general. Defeating a target spreads a longer lasting scorch to those nearby. Kill an enemy, scorch another, kill that person. That will also make your class ability regenerate faster. Ember of Searing, defeating scorched targets grants your melee energy. You could swap this out if you don't want to keep on cycling your melee and just hammer bonking everything, which is what happened to me, and I just, you know, kind of got bored of it. But this is what I would still honestly run, especially, you know, for the 10 recovery here. Empyrean and Singeing I would honestly keep, right? The other 2 just kind of complement the build, right? And then you have Ember of Torches, which is what I would also keep on, right? Powered melee kills against combines make you and your nearby allies radiant. Obviously, we already know what radiant does. Gives you a weapon damage. I forgot the percentage, all right? Nobody from the fucking Destiny YouTube algorithm shit on me, all right? My first build video, I'm just giving my opinions on all these damn YouTube builds because I feel like they all just counteract each other and it really pisses me off. So yeah, that's pretty much the fragments you want to use, and then I'll put screenshots for the PvP ones at the end. But as far as the aspects, because that's what I mainly wanted to go over, in my opinion, if you're running containment, I would run this: Roaring Flames, Consecration. You're having problems with Consecration, swap it out for Sol Invictus. This is what I would use for higher tier PvP content, like let's say a Grandmaster. Maybe you're doing a Master, you know, Lost Sector, trying to get you know, an exotic for that day, whatever. That's fine. This would be fine right here. You could even swap this out for Consecration still if you are running 1590 content. It's just like I said, I'm having so many problems with Consecration right now. I don't know if it's bugged out. Maybe I'm just not using it right, but I feel like that's mainly a big problem with Consecration, is that it's not, you know, it's killing me more than benefiting me, right? So you could use this this is what I would use for your higher tier content as far as aspects go. And for PvP, I would use Consecration and Sol Invictus. Now you said, oh, Jotty, why are you using Sol Invictus if you just said it lowers the timer? Because I'm not using Ember of Empyrean in PvP, because especially in trials, you could run this maybe in 6s. You could maybe put this with Roaring Flames. I don't know how well you would proc with that, but when I'm talking about PvP here, I forgot to mention, I'm mainly talking about, you know, trials or other competitive shit. Now, the reason why I wouldn't run Empyrean is because when am I gonna proc this when I'm already gonna be popping my barricade? You know, and if you're running this with Solus right here, where's Solus? Let me try to find this real quick. I'm pretty sure I already passed it, but oh well. Solus, we already saw earlier what Solus does anyways. Yeah, right here. Radiant restoration effects apply to you have increased duration. That, on average, when you're popping your barricade in the Charles game, when you pop it, that should be around 8 to 7 seconds, and that timer's already could be ticking down. I don't think it's worth it, because I don't think Radiant and Restoration have the same effects in PvE as they do in PvP. Because obviously you could still get melted versus in PvE, actually, I'm sorry. you know, you can fucking run around, do whatever. So this is what I would use for PvP right here, and this is what I've been using. I don't know if I have a clip of it or not, but I have been in a couple Trials games where I've slammed down on somebody with a well and I have killed them. So, I don't know, man. You guys do what you want. But when it comes to the aspects, I think this is a very big problem because all the YouTubers seem to be wanting to have their cake and eat it too. Now, I don't want to shit on anyone, but obviously I haven't played Destiny in years, and I came back and I've been trying to do my research. I feel like the problem with Sol Invictus versus using stuff like Ember of Empyrean, I feel like a lot of the videos I'm seeing, it's just the aspects just kind of counteracting each other with the fragments, you know. And I don't really want to have that happen. But at the same time, Sol Invictus does help you, especially during that higher tier content and even in PvP, man. If you're shoulder charging someone with a hammer strike, man, it really does help. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be basically screenshotting what I've been using in PvE and in PvP. So I'll put those up and I'll basically label them, and I'll go through the whole fragments and everything. I don't know if I'm gonna label them right here at the bottom or not, but you guys should be able to tell through the pictures while you're in game. But that's honestly my opinions. I don't know if anyone else is having this problem with consecration. Maybe you could also make this an awareness video or not. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, I feel like Lorelei is a great exotic to use, but I feel like the way that everyone puts these builds with it, it's either you want to go for damage or you want to go for more healing. Which, I mean, technically, you know, if you run this, you could have both, you know. Consecration, you know, your big old slam down, and then Sol Invictus. But then again, also, I forgot to mention consecration, I feel like doesn't do as much damage when you're not, unless if you're pairing it roaring flames. So I'm gonna leave this to you guys, man, because obviously this is not the best build guide. This is more or less kind of like my opinions on what's been going on with the whole Solar 3.0. So you guys let me know, man, because honestly, I don't know what the fuck to do. But what I've been running has been working for me pretty much, except for consecration recently. I think I'm gonna get ready to swap it out with roaring flames and just kind of cycle my melee more, because this is it's getting obnoxious, you know, and I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should do within PvP or PvE, please let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much the video, man. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And before this video ends, actually, if you guys click on my last video from the funny moments, if we hit 20 likes on that video, I will be posting the other part, which is the other game with basically this stupid old head who was talking shit on us. So if we get about 10 to 20 likes, I'll post part 2 of that. And also, this is an announcement for, you know, my people that have been mainly watching this channel. As you know, you guys watched me over the last year. I know I haven't uploaded a lot, but I've noticed, you know, every time I kind of make a video, it seems like I've been editing too long over just like a whole like one match of Call of Duty. So I have a whole bunch of Call of Duty clips. Like I said, I've been saying this, and I honestly, a great idea popped into my head. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is just kind of putting a funny montage instead. Instead of using like 3 minutes from every game, just probably capture the best moments from each clip that I have and just kind of making it into a video. So I just want to let you guys know that's probably what I'm gonna do, because it is kind of getting stale with the whole like, you know, like 10 minutes of clips and then just making like an 8-minute video out of it, and it's just been kind of annoying. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, guys, I also need help on my build, so if you guys want to go down in the comments below and give me any suggestions, and also let me know if consecration's working for you guys or not. Like I said, this shit's kind of bugging out for me. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.